Hey everybody, and welcome to Dee Talk Live Thursday nights. How are we going? How is everybody? How are we all feeling? What are we all doing? What have we done today? How's our day been? I hope you are all doing fabulous and you are so well. I want to wish one of my very best friends a happy birthday today. There are many Cancer birthdays happening in July. July tends to be very, very busy for me. It's crazy. And this weekend is going to be even more mind-blowing and phenomenal. It is crazy. There are so many birthdays happening. We've got so much on this weekend. I just wanted to wish her so much love, so many blessings. And I know she's with family tonight. So she'll be watching this later on this evening. I love her so much. She's done a lot for me. She's gone through all the trials and tribulations of little Dee. She's been one of my rocks, my very, very close-knit rocks, and I love her to bits. I don't know what I would have done without her in my life. She's an amazing friend. And yeah, our friendship is just beautiful. So tonight, we're talking about friendships, which is really, really funny. And because tonight was her birthday also, I thought it was quite relative for us to actually touch on the topic in regards to friends. Because friends seem to be our safe haven many times, and we grow up with them. As we get older, we realize who our friends are. We realize what we want in life, and we realize at a stage what mixes well with us, right? So it's all about resonating. It's all about understanding who we want to be around, who we want to influence ourselves around, and who's going to bring the best out in us. It's also like a relationship, somewhat sense, but it's a friendship. So you want somebody that's going to bring the best out in you, not the worst in you, because that's not what we want here at What Dee Thinks. And it's always about that, always surrounding yourself with positivity and like-minded people that actually agree with your morals, your ethics, your values, what you believe in and how you want to be treated. How would you treat somebody? How do you want to be treated? So whatever I give out is what I want to receive back 100-fold. We always talk about 10-fold when I talk about posts, but it's always 100-fold. Because I want people to cherish me. I want people to understand me. And I want people to always be around me 110%, but if they want to, not if they're obliged to, right? That's the difference here. So tonight's topic is about what's your definition of a true friend? As we grow up, as we become a lot older, as we start even at kindergarten when you're 5, you're able to identify who you like, who you don't like, who you want to hang out with, and if the ideologies behind that friendship actually mix well with you, or they agree with you. Because it's always about agreeance. If it's right for you, and if you really believe in what they're saying, or if they even like what you're saying. And things tend to happen throughout our life in order to mold our story later on. So we meet many people in our lives, and as we go on, as the years go on, we're able to see who our friends really are. And that comes out in actions. That comes out in what they say to you. And, especially for the younger dynamic as well, for my millennials, they'll realize this a little bit later on. Because like me, when I was younger, I used to have heaps of friends. So heaps of groups of friends. Then I used to say, okay, they're my friends, they're my friends, they're my friends. But in reality, a lot of them weren't really friends. They were more acquaintances. There were people that I knew, but I regarded them as friends because that's what we do. Being human, we regard people as our friends. But in reality, they're not necessarily going to be your friends forever, okay? Sometimes they might. Sometimes they're just there because they're there to teach you specific lessons, or they're there for that specific situation that you're in. So you guys might go out and there might be specific people there that you meet. Those friends are there, they're present there. But then years go on and those friends aren't there anymore. But they've completed what they've had to do. They've completed their time with you in order to make you realize that maybe it wasn't that they weren't going to be your friends forever, but they were there to share a specific dynamic with you in order for you to learn a specific lesson, something. Okay? And then going back to that, friends are always going to be there for you if they're supposed to stay with you for the long haul. It doesn't necessarily mean they have to be with you all of, their lives or all of yours. Okay? As I said, it's always about lessons. But it does not mean that we dislike them or you hate them, okay? Because they're really, really strong words at the end of the day. They're just there to complete that part of the story. They're just not supposed to come with you to the end of your story. They're not able to proceed to the next point in your story. Because many times we outgrow friends. We outgrow personalities, characters, people, situations, etc., etc. Because as we get older, we're able to identify what we want, what we like, what we don't, and what we want to surround ourselves with. And especially in regards to positive energy, because positive energy is huge. It's what we pretty much thrive on and we want to surround ourselves with, because it's something that's so beautiful and we want to have that foundation built around us. So everything does run smoothly and, amazingly. And as I said, the one thing that we do know is we want to be happy and we want to live out those dreams and we want to do what's right for us. So these types of friends that come into your life are there to not only be there for you at that specific moment, but to teach you many lessons and teach you really who you are. So it's all about identity as well. And what you agree with, because many times we do outgrow specific people and we don't want to be around them anymore because it's not really matching our energy or the vibration that we're standing in at the moment, because it's all about that as well. So many times I've always thought, especially when I was younger, I used to depict as friends just being there, because when you're younger, you don't really think that deeply into it. And you're like, yeah, they're there, they're this, they're that, But many times you realize that it's more about a friendship. It's a partnership in one sense. You want your friend to pick you off the floor if you've fallen. You want them to wipe your tears. You want them to listen to what you're saying. You want them to understand your point of view. You want them to be there when no one else will. They're your safe haven, as I said. They're your safe place, your home, somewhere where you're able to go back to and confide in, and they're going to understand you and you're going to understand them. Or they're going to go through the trials and tribulations, as I said, with my friend, because she knows, what I've gone through and how much I had to deal with. And she was there, 110%. That's what a true friend is for me. Someone that's going to be there, that's going to have your back, that's always going to bring you up and push you up to your highest potential and really understand you and love you for who you are, and not just say specific things that don't really mean anything. As they say, actions speak louder than words. How many times have people said things to you and never reciprocated anything, or come back and actually showed you how much they care about you, or really done anything to prove their friendship, or even help the situation? And that's where you're able to identify who a true friend is, who someone is just there because they enjoy your company and your time. But then when you're in a situation and you're bombarded with your own stuff, they're not there to actually help you. They just come in and out of your life whenever they choose or please to. And that's what happens with a lot of relationships as well, right? In love, they come in whenever they want something and then they're just like, bye-bye, they leave, right? That's where you're able to identify if that relationship is even suited for you, because obviously it's not. You know, it was good for you then, but then it's not good for you now. And then later it might be good for you because they might see you happy with someone else. Or then they might see you happy with your friends and they might want to come in and, you know, try and get in on it as well, right? Many people take advantage of situations as well. But remember, we're not going to get angry with them. We're not going to sit there and dwell on the situation. It's whatever it is. And whatever will be, right? That's part of their learning, okay? All of us have got lessons. All of us have got specific situations and life purposes that we have to go through, okay? And sometimes you can't take all of your friends with you because they're not supposed to come with you. They were with you at that specific moment, at that specific time, for that specific reason, okay? As you go on, some friends might come back, all right? They might come back and might want to talk to you, or even they might just come back and be the way they used to be when they initially came into your life, which has happened to me as well, okay? So, and it's magnificent, it's amazing, because they weren't supposed to be in your life for a specific time frame, but then they evidently come back and they resurface to make a difference and be there for you, because it's all about divine timing. That's even with relationships a lot of the time. And you know, when I just said divine timing, it was 11:11. That's crazy, right? That's just crazy, because you guys know how spiritual I am. This is so funny. So it's all about divine timing, because it's what's placed in front of you and the people that come in terms into that, and also why they're there, okay? Because our situations evolve and they change. Because remember what I said about stagnation, it's really, really bad. You shouldn't be stagnant. You shouldn't be living in the past or in the future. You should be living in the present and really understanding what's happening in your life and why it's happening. Because so many synchronicities always happen as well. And they pretty much depict what's about to happen. So when people come back, right, they come back for a reason, because they've been sent, or the universe has sent them in somewhat sense, in order for them to make an impact again, to be there for you, because it's as though you need them. So it's sent from up above in order to come back, to grace its presence, and to have you there as a support network. And so many of these situations have happened to me, right? Especially 5 years ago, all right? And a lot of friends came back because not only did they see that I was grieving and I was upset, but they knew that, you know, what we had gone through was minimal to what I was actually dealing with at the time. So they came, they resurfaced, and they stayed. And that's why I'm saying there might be many people in your life that stay. There might be many people in your life for a little short while in order to teach you specific lessons. And then there might be others who come and go. And then others who you never hear from again. But it doesn't mean you have bad beef with them. It just means that you fell apart. You broke apart. You drifted apart. And you guys are just not who you used to be. Okay? So that's fair enough. Then there's another thing that I love. And somebody told me a story about this. So basically, when was it? It was recent. And we were talking about this topic actually, tonight's topic, about if a family member is as though, well, a friend, can replace a family member. And there is a woman that I know through a friend that basically has not spoken to her family for 15 years. And her friends are her support network. Her friends are her family. So in reality, it can be done. And that's if, you know, that person feels as though they need, so that's their support network, which is quite interesting. And many times, a lot of my friends, they're like my family members because they know my family, but, right, they come into the family understanding the dynamic and understanding who we are as well. So I believe that 110% that can happen, because sometimes you don't necessarily get along with all your family members either, okay? And especially if you come from a smaller family, when you don't have that foundation and when you don't have that support, sometimes these friends tend to become your family. And the people that are there to pick you up off the floor, as I said before, or, run when you need them, or, be there at every important opportunity. It's crazy, but it's beautiful as well. As I say, crazy beautiful. Anyway, so friends will always come and go. Those that are supposed to stay will always be there. And, my interpretation of a true friend is somebody that's going to have my back, that's going to be there for me, that's going to understand my situation in my times of need, etc., etc. Give me what I want and I will give them what they need in return. It's all about that, it's all about give and take. And, that's with any relationship, I guess, as well. Thank you again for joining me tonight on Dee Talk Live Thursdays. Happy birthday again to my beautiful, beautiful friend, Georgia. I love you. Hope you're having an amazing evening. Party on the weekend for us here. It's going to be amazing. We're going to have a great time. Also, there is going to be a massive announcement next week. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. You're not even going to get even a slight clue to what this is. This is huge, and I hope I get this support from you guys. This is massive. This is a very, very big, once again, milestone for us, but this one's completely off the radar epic. We are going to be announcing this next week. I'm not sure if we will be announcing it on Monday or Thursday, but this is absolutely huge, huge. And it is happening in 2022, but the announcement will be happening next week. Please stay tuned. I'm telling you guys, you're not going to want to miss this. This is like off the charts. And I'm so excited inside. I just want to scream, but I can't, obviously, because, you guys are going to be like, what the, but you know how crazy I am anyway. But it's going to be huge. I'm so excited. And I'm going to share it with you all next week on Dee Talk Live. I'm not sure if it's Monday or Thursday, but massive announcement next week for Dee Talk Live. What Dee Thinks is taking it to the next level. I'm telling you right now. So please stay tuned. Please get excited because we are overwhelmed with so much excitement and love and cannot wait to share it with you. Have an amazing evening, everybody. Please take care. Thank you again for joining me tonight on Dee Talk Live Thursdays. Much love, much light. I will see you guys on Dee Love Talk Monday. I love you so much. Bye, everyone. Dee's out. Bye, everyone.